Atlanta Hawks are one of the hottest teams in the league right now, riding a 5-game win streak. But the biggest question Hawks fans like myself have been wondering, is this finally the version of the Hawks we've been wanting to see? Come on in here, let's talk about it. What it do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. While you in here, hit that like, comment, subscribe, notification bell so you can be notified every time Her Takes uploads a new video. All right, let's jump into it. Because lately, the Hawks do look different. The energy looks different, the ball movement looked different, and most importantly, the results have been different. Now, pump your brakes, I know and I understand. Because since the trade deadline, we've had 11 games, and we've won 6 out of those 11. And most of those games that we won was not by top-tier teams. Like, we beat the Wizards twice, Miami once, and then, of course, Utah Jazz. That Utah Jazz game was pretty good, even though no one really expected the Jazz to do much. What made it special was Jock Landale, the way he came in and just outperformed in that particular game. He apparently had, some energy that he wanted to expert. And we haven't seen him play quite to that level since that first game. Kind of got our hopes up high, which is why I really wanted to make this video. Being an extreme Hawks fan, we're so used to the highs and the lows. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not here for it. I'm just not here to sell all in for it just yet. Because we've been a play-in team for so many years. I just don't see it being any different this year. I feel like that's our max. At this point, I still feel like that's our max, a play-in team. We still need a good, solid, big wing, 3-and-D wing. We'd still need a person that can just come in and be our primary ball handler. I'm not with all this switching we've been doing with the ball handling. Sometimes it seems like the offense gets a little stagnant, especially in the half-court setting, like they don't really know where they're going to put the ball. It's just by luck we get in there. Kind of like what Kobe Bryant once said, accidental basketball. That's what they're playing right now. There's not a true plan, in my opinion. I know JJ has really stepped up. He's been playing his game. With the addition of Kuminga, I think that's kind of good to have both of them. With Kuminga coming off the bench, we can always have that electrifying forward that can come out there and spark the offense and keep us going. I like the fact that without Trey, it seems like we're playing more so of a team ball. They're sharing the ball. Sometimes, in my opinion, a little too much. We need that person that we know is going to go and get that bucket, especially if JJ's having an off night. OO continues to provide energy with his rim protection and efficient scoring in the paint and the ability to stretch the floor, knocking down some threes. They've even stepped it up on defense. I noticed early in the season, teams were just getting to the paint at will. Even with the changes, I didn't feel like we were consistently making stops as we should. But now it seems like we're able to get to that point of contact and stop these defenses and slowing down other defenses and able to run and get easy buckets on the other end. Seems like the guys are playing freer up and down the court. Even the bench seems much more electrifying. The guys on the court, you can tell they believe they can beat any team out there. They now have that belief, confident in one another as a team. With continued effort on defense and continuing to develop and grow the players on the squad, balanced scoring around the roster, knocking down shots, Riza Shea's going to have to continue to knock down shots. I'm still not sold at all and will probably never be sold on the Luke Kennard and Gabe Vincent trade. I just, that part I will not get over, but we got to stay consistent. And if we're doing that, those things, yeah, we can make a play-in again. I don't see our ceiling higher than a play-in, being honest. Let's take a peek at our roster, what we got, and what we got to look forward to for the remainder of the season. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give my prediction on where I think we will end up at the end of the season. All right, so last night we played the Milwaukee Bucks, which Giannis was back. They now have Cam Thomas. They have Kyle Kuzma. So they're not any scrubs. But I don't put too much stock into that win because Giannis just got back. They just got Cam. They're still trying to build their camaraderie, as are we. So the team chemistry and everything on either squad isn't where, it can potentially get to. So I try not to put too much stock into things like this. JJ and OO are pretty much the heart and soul of this squad, right? JJ being the head, OO, I feel like he's that second star on this team in terms of energy, athleticism, and things of that nature. Now with shooting, I got to give that nod to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, hands down. And with Dyson coming in, with the defense, you got CJ McCollum as that veteran presence that's going to get you a bucket. 8 assists, that's phenomenal. JJ was close to having a double-double. Didn't get as many boards, but then Dyson was crashing the boards, looks like. He even gave us 14 points. That's a plus. I know Dyson was on Giannis. Once they got Dyson on Giannis, sort of quieting him down a little bit. Then when you look at our bench coming in off the bench, Corey Kispert, he could have done a little better. He only gave us 7 points, 1 for 5 from 3. That's what I talked about earlier. We gotta be able to keep up with the shooting and knock down those threes. Mohamed Gay, 2 for 2 from 3. That's a major plus. Major push. Love to see that. Zachariah Shea coming in, 4 for 7 from 3. That's how you hoop. Contributing 12 points off the bench. I would like to see him get that up to around the 18 to 20 points off the bench. And then Jock Landale coming in with his 8 points, 3 assists, and a board. In 16 minutes. He could have done a little better, but 35 points off the bench. Not bad production at all. Not complaining. Good job. Nice win. And we had to come from behind, so it was good to see that fight in them, that they were able to fight and come from behind and take the dub on the road. But I just feel like the ceiling for the Hawks pretty much is going to still be play-in. I don't see this team going further than the play-in. We'll probably win a play-in game and then not make it to the playoffs. Don't expect us to make it to the playoffs at all. Because as you can see, we're right now in that last play-in spot. The Bucks could overtake that. I could see Chicago overtaking that. I just feel like these teams are too far behind to make up ground. If I gave any of them a puncher's chance, it would be the Wizards, because Trae Young is going to start playing for them on tonight. Just how hungry is he, or do they even want to? Rumors are they don't even want to make the play-in. So he's probably just starting tonight just to start getting his legs back up under him for next season. But like I said, the Bucks have a chance. Hornets, in that stretch that we had of these 11 games since the trade, they beat us twice. Miami beat us once out of that. We'll see what's up with Orlando. I don't see them dropping too far. Their squad is just too good, with Paolo Banchero leading the helm over there. Looking forward to them coming to Atlanta for Magic City night. Got to give me one of those Magic City hoodies. There's some controversy behind that. But if you know the story of Magic City. I don't think the Hawks are promoting what's actually done in Magic City, more so than the staple in the city. Okay, so looking at the regular season, what we have remaining, in my opinion, and I'm just going to hike it up, but I truly feel like I only see 6 games that we will clearly win. I'm going to give us winning 9 out of the 19. I'm going to give us winning 9, okay? So with that being said, right now, so that put us at like a 40-41 win team play-in, which means that I'm absolutely not impressed with being another play-in team. We'll see when it's over. Look at their record, see how close I was. 41-41 or 40-42. Somewhere up in there is where I think we're going to end up by the end of the season. Now, this is not about saying the Hawks are better without Trae. It's just a matter of seeing a different picture of what we can do to look better and do better moving forward for this team. I'm just hoping the front office are finding a formula that works better without their former superstar. Because right now we don't have a superstar on the squad. I'm hoping we get one in the offseason though. Without a ball dominant like Trae Young, I'm enjoying seeing the ball move around more people getting involved. It seems like every other night we have a different superstar or MVP or player on the squad that propelled us to the win, especially out of these last 5-game win streak that we've had. And things like that always bring more chemistry to the team, around the locker room, more camaraderie with the guys on the team. So it's always good to see that. It's something to build on. And then if you continue to do that, all you need is that plug and play of a superstar, kind of like what Indiana Pacers did. They started building around their young squad, their young team, getting them together, gelling, and then they plugged in Tyrese Halliburton. And look what happened. They made it to the finals last season. Without Trae Young, the unpredictability on offense keeps defenses guessing. They don't know where to go. But with Trae Young, they always knew that the plays were going to go through him. But with Trae Young, dribble, eating up the shot clock, defenses didn't have to work as hard to shut down the play. What does Jonathan Kuminga bring to the Hawks? Like I said before, his athleticism, his powerful first step, drive to the rim, it's almost like having two Jalen Johnsons on the court. When Jalen sits and Kuminga's out there, the offense can continue to flow. And more importantly, defense. At 6'7", with his quickness and strength, he'll be able to guard wings and guards, multiple positions. So I'm looking forward to that. He brings a lot of length that we've needed, switching ability, and defensive versatility. And I'm looking forward to the transition basketball. When we get stops on the defensive end, he is dangerous in the open court. See, with Kuminga, he had to fight for minutes on Golden State, Now he's able to develop. The Hawks have the minutes to give him. He's able to develop, and hopefully his ceiling will rise to the potential that he was drafted at. What gives me pause with Kuminga is consistency. We weren't able to see that consistency in Golden State. He just has to prove to himself and his teammates to gain that trust that he's going to be consistent every single night. And he's going to develop into the player, to that all-star level player, and can he meet expectations? Did the Hawks just trade for the next superstar? We shall see. Anyway, that's all I got. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always, stay safe. On to the next one. Peace.